I'm all right.
Was the groin something you were worried that might keep you out?
Not necessarily. Wasn't looking forward to not playing, so no.
And I know we talked about it last year when you were fighting through the core muscle, but why is it so important for you to be out there every week?
Just like playing. You know what I'm saying? I just love the feeling of running routes, being able to catch the ball, help my team win.
Omari, does the identity of this team still stay with the run to some degree, even though Nick will be out?
I never looked at it that way. You know, we preach balance in the offense. So obviously we want to run the ball well, but we also want to pass the ball well, and I don't think that changes.
What do you think has to be done to get the offense working more smoothly than it has the first two games?
I mean, you know, at the end of the day, it comes down to execution of the plays. No matter what play we call, we just have to go out there and play our brand of football. We believe that, you know, when we are playing up to our standard, that, you know, it's not a team that we can go up against who can really match us.
Well, then why do you think that hasn't happened the first two games?
Like I said, it comes down to the execution of the plays. You know, any play that is seen as a negative play just simply means that we didn't execute it.
When you lose a guy like Nick, do you feel like that adds more the pressure or responsibility to everyone else to kind of pick up the slack that you're missing?
Of course, you know, like I said before, you know, I view Nick as our best player, you know, so, you know, obviously things change. We definitely have to pick up the slack. Nick carried a lot of the load. He made it really easy for a lot of us, so, yeah.
What gives you the confidence? I mean, we see Deshaun practice every day and look really good at practice, and you guys had a nice summer. What gives you the confidence that, you know, he's going to pick his game up and this is going to look better?
Yeah, I mean, well, we all need to pick our game up. You know, from my standpoint at wide receiver, I just view it like, you know, the more open I can get, the easier to be for Deshaun. You know, I like to put the pressure on myself that way.
What's Tennessee do defensively?
Say it again?
What's Tennessee do defensively that you know is going to present a challenge?
Yeah, I mean, they have a good defense. They're really good up front. The defensive line, they don't really blitz a lot because they depend on their defensive line to apply that pressure. We just have to stay on time in the passing game, and we'll be all right.
You've been through long seasons before. You've been around a lot. I mean, just what can you say to maybe like fans or anybody who's, you know, sort of a little bit down about the way that game went, and, you know, about what the future holds for you guys as a football team? It seems like all your goals and dreams are still right around here.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about perspective, really. At the end of the day, we're 1-1. What's funny is if we would have lost the first game and won this game, we would have still been 1-1, and the perspective would have been totally different. You know, everybody would have been much more cheerful, I would say. So it's just all about perspective.
How do you feel about coming back to Cleveland Browns Stadium? You know, it felt so good for you guys to, you know, get the crowd all fired up, and here you are back on the lakefront. Actually, for your next 3 games, I think it is. So, what's that like to come back and be able to try to do this again for your fans?
It's always seems like it's much more pleasant to play at home. It's just more comfortable, I would say. The crowd is actually for you instead of against you. So, from that standpoint, it's just much more comfortable. It's easier to play that way, I would say.
How do you think Deshaun's handling just maybe the rocky start that he's going through?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you know, you just try to go out there and play your best brand of football. Like I said before, I'm just more so concerned about making it easier for Deshaun. So, and every time we text and communicate, that's what I tell him. So as long as I do my job and we do our job as receivers, running backs, whatever pass catchers, it'll be much more easier for him.
You mentioned. Go ahead, Tom.
You were on the injury report for not only a groin but a shoulder injury. Was that something? Ding.
Just the nicks and bruises, part of the game. I don't go into a game expecting to be healthy. So it is what it is.
It's not abnormal through 2 games to have your name on the injury report both weeks.
It's not abnormal.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, Mari, you mentioned perspective before, and you know injuries are always a part of this, but when a player of Nick's caliber, stature, goes down, does that bring even more perspective to the idea that every play could be your last, any play could be your last?
Yeah, I mean, that's something that's well known. I mean, football is a dangerous game. I mean, guys are literally getting paid to hit you. So, yeah.
The safety for Tennessee, Kevin Byard, pretty good center fielder, ball hawk. Do you have any experience with him in games before?
Yeah, of course. You know, I've played against him before. Kind of reminds me of an older version of Minka, who we played in week 1, last week. So it's not nothing that we haven't seen before. I mean, he's a ball hog. He's a really good player. You just got to be able to identify him and go from there.
Amar, you noted how, sort of tragic it was to lose Nick. But what I remember of Kareem over the last 4 years, watching him, making Nick laugh on the sidelines, bringing energy, to practices and different things like that. What do you think he'll bring, just in terms of a morale boost for you guys in the aftermath of Nick's loss?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about Kareem, he's a very energetic player. One thing that I've noticed about him, I've only played with him a year, but he's always prepared to play on Sunday. He's always ready to play. He's always making big plays. He's very durable. He's very dynamic. You can use him in the passing game, the running game, and he's a really good pass blocker as well. So he does a lot of things well.
Good. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Amar.
What's up? What's up?
Denzel, no, neither the Bengals nor the Steelers have had an offensive play inside your 30. So how much pride do you take in the way you guys are starting off this season?
Yeah, I think we're taking a lot of pride in it. We want to be the best. We want to be a top 5 defense, and we want to do anything that we can to help this team win. So I think we're on the right track and headed in the right direction, but we still got a long ways to go, though.
Just because it was unusual through 2 games, the touchdown to 71, how did that happen? It seemed like it was wide open and
Yeah.
nobody was in the middle. What happened?
Yeah, we just left them open in the middle. We just got to all work together, all get to our drops, all key in on where the ball's being thrown and rally to it and find a way to get the ball down.
Denzel, you've never shied away from contact, so what does it take to bring down Derrick Henry?
Yeah, he just got a gang tackle. He's a big guy, good physical runner, great back for their team, and it's going to take all of us. So we all just got to rally to the ball and get him down.
What's Hopkins doing for their passing game, along with like Burks and the other guys they have in their receiving?
Yeah, we already know Hopkins is a dominant receiver, top guy in the league. He's going to bring another challenge on the outside, opposite of Henry in the run game. So we're going to have our work ahead of us.
With Hopkins, is it his physicality that separates him from other guys?
Yeah, physicality, got great hands, good route runner, and yeah, he's a competitive player. Going to go out there compete, and I think we're going to be good. Be good for the matchup though.
Hey, Denzel, what did you think of Minka's his hit on Nick. Do you think that was an okay hit? And is it unavoidable sometimes for those things to happen? Or what were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, honestly, I didn't see the hit. I had looked up. I seen that Chubb was down on the play, but yeah, I didn't look at the replay or look at the hit. I just seen that our guy was hurt and down, and was just praying and wishing the best for Chubb.
Thank you.
And so you guys haven't had much time to regroup after a tough loss and losing Nick, like you mentioned. How do you think this team is bouncing back so far this week?
Yeah, I think we're gonna bounce back well. We're gonna play for Chubb and try to rally together and find a way to get a win in this next week.
Third down has been such a point of emphasis. I know from Coach Schwartz and you guys are doing a remarkable job of that. What has been the key to that? Is it just everybody kind of working in sync? What's been the thing?
I think, like I've been saying earlier, I think a lot of it's been the camaraderie, like just getting together, even after we're done here at the with the coaches and everything, getting the whole defense together, focusing on third down, watching tape together, and just getting on the same page and being able to work together. I feel we got that continuity out there on the field where we're able to play fast and know each other's doing.
You mentioned playing for Chubb. Is that a conversation taking place even now, this week?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's kind of a conversation that doesn't even need to be had. Like, it's already understood. That's one of our brothers, and he went down, and just want to play for him because we know how bad he wants to be out there on the field, and just sad about the fact that he got hurt, but just trying to win for him and win for the city.
Have you guys seen him at all?
Yeah, I think he just came in today, so we got to see him. Yeah.
With the loss as big as Nick, does it feel like everyone has to kind of pick up something? Like the defense has to play better, the passing game has to be better. It can't just be, Jerome.
Right. Yeah, no question. I mean, you guys know what type of player Chubb is. He's a dominant player, able to score at will out there. So it definitely hurt us him being out. But guys like myself and the rest of the team, we got to step up, make plays, and try to help fill that void of Chubb being out.
When you say he came in, is it in the training room or is it in a team meeting?
I'm not. I just seen him in passing, going to meetings. Yeah.
What stands out about Tannehill?
About Tannehill?
Yes.
I mean, he's able to control the game. I mean, they got a good run game. I think it's going to go through Henry, but able to make all the passes on the field and get his playmakers the ball. So, like I said, it's going to be a good challenge for us, but I think we're up for it. Good. Thank you.
Got a chance this weekend?
Say it again? No, not at all.
Why is this team so good on third down defensively? What has been kind of the secret to you guys' success?
Pass rush. Pass rush. Teams have to chip our ends a lot, and that gives us an opportunity to be tighter in coverage in the back end. So they help us out a lot in the D-line.
Granted, it looked like you were all over that pick. So what did you see? Did that come from a film study or something you were expecting? What was
Yeah. My bad, folk. Let's talk about Nick Chubb, man. Talk about a dude that, come to work every day, put his hard hat on and go to work. He's the model of Cleveland Brown, man. And, heart goes out to him and his family. It's his second time having a crazy injury like that. So he's a model teammate and best back in the league for I don't know how many years now. But he's one of the hardest workers I know, and he's the most humble guy ever. So he'll be back and with vengeance next year, I'm sure. So shout out to Chubb, man. The team is with you. But one more time, man. Sorry, I had to get that out.
Back to that interception. What did you see on that play? Because it seemed like you were all over.
Yeah, he was kind of staring at his receiver. Just got a good jump on the ball. Was able to secure it, man. Wish I stayed on my feet, get a touchdown, but put the offense in good field position. So it's a good play.
What do you see when you look at that? Besides Derrick Henry, what do you see when you look at that Tennessee offense?
Yeah, they want to run the ball. It's kind of an offense similar to ours. They rely on their run game a lot. They have a top 3 back in the league. Derrick Henry's a monster. They got 2 good receivers outside. A tight end that's good. Second year coming up, he's going to be a good pro. And they have a good defense, so it's going to be a challenge for us. We got to stop the run and make them one-dimensional. He's a vet, man. He's been around the league for a while. He's seen it all. He's been around the league for a while. He's a good quarterback, man. He's experienced. He has weapons, and he knows that offense. He knows how to use his players and his back. So, it's going to be a good challenge for us.
Back at the Greenbrier, we talked about wanting to be great this year. Fumble recovery and interception. Is that what you're talking about, making plays like that?
Yeah, of course. Like I said, we want to be the best in the world, man. The best in the league on defense. And, of course, that means individually, if everybody's on the same accord. So plays like that are amazing. Ward coming up, make a play on them. I've got to pick it up. I can't fumble, though. But, it was a good play for us. Keep making those plays, we're going to win some games.
What did you think of Minka's hit? Do you think that was an okay hit?
Yeah, it's football, man. I can't say what I would have did in that moment. I'm sure he didn't mean any harm to Nick or anything like that. It was just a crazy football play, to be honest. So plays can go 1,000 ways every play. You never know, but it's just tough playing the sport sometimes.
Greg, do you think the defense can carry the load until the offense gets things going?
Yeah, we're gonna focus on what we need to do. Every week we have a standard to uphold, man. I don't play that side of the ball. I have full confidence in them guys, though. Sometimes games don't go your way, but we're gonna keep doing what we're doing, and we can't let up any slack.
Brad, another one on Tannehill. A veteran quarterback like that, is it difficult to fool him or with disguises or whatever?
Maybe, but we do what we do. We're not too worried about what they do. We're gonna focus on what we do, our strengths, and what we're good at disguising, what we're good at doing. So I don't think it should be a problem for us in that aspect because we're gonna do what we do.
The only tough play for the defense was that touchdown.
Yeah.
So good in the middle. What happened there?
No, we was just, the coverage we were playing, and it was a good play against the coverage. We got to be tight in our assignment and really more sound really with that, but, they were just better than us on that play. So.
You're leading the team in tackles this year. Got off to a really hot start, kind of continuing on from last year. Is this a year for you to put the league on notice that you're one of the best teams in the league?
I've been saying it off season, man. We're trying to be the best in the league, and like I said, individually for me, of course, that means that. We can't let up though. We're in a good spot right now. On defense, we lost a game though. So. It don't matter how well we think we playing, we can always play better. We let up that one play, it was a 70-something yard touchdown. Not a QB throwing for 200-some yards, So we got to tighten stuff like that up, but I think we're on the right track.
You tried to tackle this the last way, and he was in range on when you're tackling a guy like Derrick Henry, do you have to almost, how difficult is that to, because, obviously, do you have to almost hit him just right to bring him down?
Yeah, I think going up against Najee last week helped us because, obviously they're physically alike, but they kind of run in a similar way. Kind of high runners, like stiff arms, stuff like that. But, you know, you you better bring your you better bring some thump when you try to tackle Derrick Henry. So appreciate y'all.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Is he sick? Four, what's up?
What's happening?
How about you?
Deshaun, you were kind of a teammate with Vrabel, and then you played him 5 times as a head coach of Tennessee. What do you think of what he runs there defensively, and what challenge?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have a tough, disciplined, physical defense that's going to try to, make you earn everything. He's going to, disguise and do things that is kind of out of the ordinary. He's going to make you think on the run, and he's just going to he's going to test you, throughout the whole game. So, the time, I played with him, he was a coach at the time. My first 2 years in Houston, it was awesome to, be able to learn and see what he did, and then playing against him while he was at Tennessee when I was in Houston was actually, some good battles. So it'd be fun to, go against his defense again.
Hey, Deshaun, you said after the game that you got to play better. I know you wanted some passes back or whatever. What have you identified as maybe the biggest issue for you through 2 games?
For myself, it's just being on the same page with everybody else. And that's just going with the, protection-wise to the coverage-wise to what, we're thinking about with Kevin, if it's going to be a 4-down situation, if it's a 3rd-down situation, if I need to take the shots, if I don't need to take the shots, and things like that. So just being able to just continue to grow and learn, and that's the biggest thing for me. And that's the part of this game. It's the NFL. Every week is different. Every week is a new challenge, and you have to continue to grow and continue to get better.
As you've gone on in your career, have you gotten better at putting those games behind you, or do you try to process them all during the week as you're getting ready for the next one?
No, always. Once that next day is up, after the 24 hours, that rule, after the off day, I think it's Tuesdays, then it's on to the next opponent. We can't dwell or focus on that, especially early on in the season. And it's a long year, 15 more games to go, and you just take the bullets that come with it, and you grow from it, and you just move forward.
Why is getting on the same page such an issue?
Well, what?
Getting on the same page such an issue.
Well, you got to think. We had some injuries, so, we had a rookie tackle that came in, so we got to change up a little bit of the protection-wise. Nick went out early on, so, some young running backs that got to come in protection-wise. And then some of the receivers, Coop, he was a guy that came along during camp. He didn't get too many reps. Elijah's new to the system with live bullets, so we didn't get too many live bullets in real games. You can't sit here and say, practice is going to be exactly the games. It's 2 different speeds and 2 different things that's, adjustable. Practice is usually, this is what we're working on, this is what we're trying to get better. But in the game, you got to be able to adjust on the fly. So, all those things match up together. But, we're coming along, and, sooner or later it's going to click.
Mechanically, how do you think you're playing mechanically?
From what me and Kevin and AVP been talking about, it's been pretty solid. From what the grades that really matter is from what the coaches and what they want me to do in the system, and that's what I've been doing. So
your footwork and everything is what you want it to be?
Yeah, it's what I want it to be. It's what Kevin and AVP wanted me to do. And like I said, it's not always perfect, but, from what they see it on the film, game tape, and what they, their notes and their grades from what happened the first 2 games, it's been, pretty good.
Are you usually able to block out the noise outside and all the stuff going on social media and all the criticism that you're taking, or do you get yourself sort of sometimes involved in that? If so, does it impact you in any way?
No, man, it doesn't impact me. I don't get into any of the social media stuff. So, my main job is here to play football and to be the best teammate and do what I can do to help this team win.
Deshaun, and you want to follow up?
Yeah, I was just going to say, so are you kind of oblivious to, just some of the criticism out there that's kind of swirling?
I mean, I see it, I hear it. I mean, it's impossible not to see it unless I just turn off my phone completely, turn off the TV completely. But, it comes with the territory. It comes with the status and the standard that people hold me to. So, I don't look at it as anything bad. I don't look at it as anything personal. It's part of the game. It's part of my level, and it's part of, you know, I look at it as, hey, people hold me to the standard, so I have to, you know, make sure I play to that standard, and if I'm not, then I have to continue to find ways to get better. So, you know, I don't take it personal. I don't get in my feelings about it. It's just, you know, continue to just keep growing and keep learning and keep working each and every day.
During the broadcast of the game, they showed you in pregame sitting on the bench next to a person they identified as a visualization coach. Can you explain what's going on there?
Yeah, me and Doc, am I allowed to say his name? Yeah, Dr. Pandia. Yeah, we've been talking since I got traded here last year. You know, he's a visual coach, a player coach, you know, a therapist for just the mind, the mental state of just not just the game, but life in general, just being able to try to focus, narrow your focus as much as possible. So we've been working and trying different things to make sure that I'm staying locked in on, you know, blocking out, you know, the good, the bad, just staying focused on my task and my job. And, you know, it's been helping, and he's been a great help for not just me, but everyone in this organization and this locker room. So it's he's been good to be able to have that. I've never had that before, so I'm still learning and growing from him.
Is that a pregame ritual now for you?
I mean, this is our second or third time actually doing it. So, you know, we're seeing how it goes and seeing how it flows, and we're taking our time. You know, there's things that we got to adjust to, but it's definitely something that, you know, if it's going to help me, I definitely want to continue to do it.
Deshaun, your completion percentage in Houston is so high, and it hasn't been, you know, in your 8 starts. Why do you think that is?
Well, actually, it was going back at it, you know, early on in the seasons. If you look at 19 and 20 and 18, it wasn't as high until early on. The first 2 or 3 games, it was definitely low. We're still finding our rhythm, and then that's where we picked it up, especially in 20. 18, we started 0-4, won 10 straight. 19, I think we went 1-1. Week 1, I think it was New Orleans. That was a decent game. We lost that one. Went to Jacksonville. It wasn't a good game, and then that's when it kind of started rolling. And then 20 was very similar. I think we started 0-4 also, and then we start picking up things like that too. But yeah, I mean, it's just getting comfortable with this system. It's a totally different system. Just finding ways to, you know, get back on track when things are not going our way. You know, learning Kevin, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to run the ball. We're going to be a quick game. Are we going to get it empty? Are we going to do a little bit, you know, zone read, keepers? What are we going to do to get back on track and things like that? So, you know, just being able to do that. You know, the other night, you know, the first play was, you know, tip ball and pick 6, and then I think the next 5 plays were completions, you know, and then it just kind of trickled there, and then it was like a little lull in the middle of the game where we kind of went, I think, 6 straight or something like that with incompletions. They did a good job on defense of covering the spots, and then we picked back up those completions. So, yeah, it's part of the game, and you just pick up the pieces and you watch the tape and see which ways where you can keep getting those completions, but that's pretty much it.
Deshaun, you only played like 5 series in the preseason. How much, when you talk about, you know, the early struggles, completion, getting on the same page, how much, you know, is it that, you know, you guys don't have a lot of reps at game speed that, you know, you're getting adjusted to?
I mean, I can sit here and say that it's a lot, but I'm not going to sit up here and tell you guys that's the reason why. You know, it's just, you know, part of the game and how the game flows. So I'm not going to use preseason as an excuse to sit up here and say that, yeah, we got to continue to find our rhythm and things like that. I'm not going to make no excuses for myself or anybody. You know, we got to, you know, make sure we start fast and play better and get those completions and that time in the rhythm. And we got to be able to adjust. So, man, that's the biggest thing. Just keep going and keep growing, keep grinding, and keep working hard for it.
Sean, I know obviously you can't replace Chubb, but what have you seen from Jerome and just your confidence in him that he can add to this running game?
I mean, I think Jerome is very confident. I think he's very smart. He's picked up the system and the protection-wise, especially on third down, very well. And he knows exactly what, you know, we want for that running back position. And then, you know, bringing back Kareem is going to be helpful. He was there last year with him. So, but Jerome has been a guy that he's been watching Nick not from a distance, right behind him. I mean, everything Nick do, he try to simulate and do it in his own way. And I think that's been very, very helpful for him. And, you know, he's going to be a big part for this offense.
What do you think that Kareem is going to bring to you guys, not only in terms of just like another weapon for you out of the backfield, but from a morale boost and just he's like energetic on the sidelines and kind of helping you keep guys up.
Yeah, I think you hit it right on the spot. Is the energy, the aura he just oozes out for this team and this organization, and I think he's excited to be back on the field. He's excited to be back in this locker room. He's excited to be in front of his home crowd. So. I think he's, looking forward to that. I think the biggest thing for him is just to come in and, just be Kareem. And that's all we ask him to do. Nothing special, nothing, trying to make up for space for Chubb or anything like that, because that's a big void to try to make up. Just be you and let everything flow together.
Deshaun, you played this team a lot over your career. That defensive line, what makes it special? I
mean, excuse me, just the movement. I mean, starting up front with Simmons. I mean, he's a all-pro player. And then you got, you got Key and got all those Autry and all those other guys. It's Howard. I'm not saying it right. Excuse me if I'm Landry. 58. I mean, he's another guy. I mean, all those guys are just disruptive and very fast, very active. Understands what Vrabel is asking him to do, and you got to respect them. And it's definitely going to be a good challenge for us. And we're excited to compete with them. And you got to give them credit for what they've been doing.
Sean, tough week with losing to the Steelers, and then obviously losing Chubb for the year. As a captain of this team, how do you kind of boost the guys up? How do you recover from something like this? Get the morale back.
I mean, you can't cover from an injury like that with Nick. I mean, that's tough. All we can do is just, continue to just try to move forward, and that person got to step up. But that's always going to be in the back of our heads and our minds, the things that, if Chubb was here and the things that he would say and the work ethic that he would put in. So, you can't replace that, but at the same time, this is the NFL. You got to continue to move forward, and the next person with the opportunity got to step up. And I think we're going to bounce back from that.
You cited those bounce backs from earlier in your career. Does that help you maintain your confidence and give you optimism that for the rest of the season?
I'm always have confidence. I mean, that's just the person I am. And then having the teammates in this locker room just telling me every day who the player I am, and just boosting my confidence too as I boost theirs, and we just in it together. So that me losing confidence is not something that I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to work and continue to compete, and just try to get better as best as I can.
Deshaun, Minka Fitzpatrick is taking a lot of heat for that hit on Nick Chubb. If you saw it, I mean, what can you say about that hit? Did you think it was okay?
I mean, I was live there. I didn't want to watch it. Even when we watched the tape, we didn't even watch the play. So I can't speak on what happened exactly. I was on the opposite side, and I didn't even know Nick was hurt until I jogged back over and I seen him on the ground. So, I'm not even sure about that, honestly.
Did everybody turn their head and show that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And like I said, as quarterbacks, when we watched the tape, we knew the play, and we just skipped it. We didn't even want to watch it. So.
Good?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry.